You don't ask yourself the right questions, you're not going to have a really high quality of life because the quality of life of your life is determined by the quality of the questions you ask yourself. So you have to just know, what are you asking yourself? That's also how you're going to know what you're thinking about. Metacognition. Okay. Now, let me explain how this works. This is the easiest way for me to tell you how this works. Say you fell off of your bike when you were 6 or 7 or 8 years old. What happened then was you assigned that falling off your bike, that was the event. That's the event. Okay. Something happened externally to you. All right. That was the event. But number two in this cycle is meaning assignment. What does that mean? What about the event did you say to yourself about the event? I fell off my bike. It was an awful thing. I'm never going to ride my bike ever again. Is that what you said? Or did you say, I fell off my bike, man, that hurt, but I want to ride it. So I'm going to get back on the bike and go back and ride it again. It's two different times. Either you're going to keep going, talk yourself into it, or talk yourself out of it. There's no in between anything. If you keep going forward or if you stop, that's based upon the goal to keep going or the goal to stop, based upon pleasure and pain. So I'll put these two words for everybody knows what this means. Everyone knows what pleasure means, everyone knows what pain means. The problem is that you're trying to avoid one side, you're trying to avoid it because you think that this is going to give you something good in your lifetime. So again, after the event, after the meaning assignment, what happens then? After the meaning assignment, we have the third step, which is the chemistry. Here is where this detoxification, this first day we're talking about this is where this actually comes into play. Because the emotional chemistry, all emotions, energy, emotion, is chemistry based. So however you think you're feeling, whatever you say, okay, it's all based upon chemistry, your internal body chemistry. This is the concept made by Dr. Bruce Lipton. He's a stem cell biologist, 40 plus years that he's been studying this. He basically taught that your culture medium, which is the basic equivalent in scientific terms of blood, meaning your blood, okay? Whatever you put, you can put cells inside a specific culture medium and it grows certain things. Meaning, if your blood inner environment, we'll call your inner environment your blood. So say like the ocean. If the ocean's polluted, okay, if the ocean's polluted, what happens to the cells? The cells form tumor cells. The cells just die, which internally says you die. Okay. And so or they form bone, or they form tissue, or they form muscle. Those are probably good environments that you made for your blood. But this is all due to you. See, 2 months ago, as a matter of fact, and here's how I know this for a fact because I had my oldest dog, Jade. What happened to Jade was, and this actually just happened to a NASCAR driver, I think last week, sepsis. It's called sepsis. And this is what happens when something ruptures inside of your body, it goes into your bloodstream. Immediately, what happened to my dog Jade was whatever ruptured inside of her body basically contaminated and polluted her blood. So all of her organs were failing immediately. She held on for a few hours, but she wasn't able to overcome it. So I believe the gentleman's name is Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch is 41 years old, NASCAR driver, very accomplished NASCAR driver. And he literally, they said in this article I just read, he woke up on a Wednesday, he's coughing up blood. The Thursday, he's dead. He's 41 years old. I'm 43 years old. And I'm looking at this gentleman like, this guy's an accomplished NASCAR driver. What happened to him? Well, they said that they figured out that it was sepsis. He literally, his blood was so polluted and so toxic. Basically, his organs just, he couldn't even sustain an effort. So that's what happens based upon emotional chemistry. And I will talk to you all today, teach you all today, just how this emotions, these perceptions, all of it immediately changes your body chemistry, which is why you gotta know what you're thinking about, right?